Oh, there's a big bass right there. I have a fish hooked and I'm in the tree. Well, I don't know what this is, but it is tugging. The bigger one is charging it. Hello, everyone. Peace and blessings from God our Father. Welcome in to another fishing video. I'm Steve with SR Fishing, and we're back out on the lake. We're going to try to catch some fish today. So last time we were here, we didn't have that much luck. And a lot warmer. Water's starting to warm up. Fish are starting to move a little bit. So I have high hopes. Increase our bag for our tournament, which is the RLDL Bladed Bait Challenge. We are headed down to the water edge right now. All right, so starting off tonight, I think we are going to go with our little underspin jig head with our fish bum tackle, black shad, Raddletail. That looks so good coming through the water. You know what? There's a little tiny bass up here on the shallows. I'm going to pull out the little Ned rig here. We'll see if I can get him to bite on that. He's going for it. He's looking at... Oh! He did a little bite on it. This would not count for the RLDL because it's not a blade. But hey, let's have some fun anyway. Oh, I had him bite on it, but he didn't bite the hook. He bit the back of it. He's just a little too small for it. All right, I'm going to switch back over to that underspin. All right, I don't know where that little bass went. Oh, he's still swimming around there. Okay. Okay. He just wasn't interested at that time. Okay, our little bass is back. We're going to try to run this spinnerbait right by. Oh, there's like a whole school of small bass. And by small, I'm talking maybe like 4 to 6 inches at most. Oh, this bat, the bigger one is charging it. Oh, he charged after it. It just kept swimming right on by it. I just have a feeling there's going to be one out here. Just hiding in that grass that's out there. Oh, there's a big bass right there. Just came up. Oh, he just swam away. Dang it. Okay. He swam out this way. I'm spending too much time here trying to catch these small bass, but you know what? What's the point of fishing if you're not going to have fun? They seem to be a little bit more interested in this underspin. So I'm going to try this again here. The sun's behind a cloud for a minute. We'll leave those small guys alone for a little bit. And we'll head out to the south end of this lake. So as this is the RLDL Bladed Bait Challenge, drop a comment below. Let me know what your favorite bladed bait is or what you'd be using in this type of situation. I'd love to hear your suggestions and comments. What do we have up here? Looks like someone lost their groceries. They have chicken breast, they have chicken nuggets, chicken thighs, food for the animals. All right, so we're going to give a go. We're going to start with our chatterbait here. I got something here. Well, I don't know what this is, but it is tugging. Tighten the drag even. You gotta work it away from these weeds. Just broke off whatever it was. Dang it. Whatever that was a monster. Could have been a turtle for all I know too. Because I didn't really feel a bite. It was coming through the weeds. And then all of a sudden it just got real tight. I just could not move whatever that was. That's why I'm thinking it was like a turtle or something like that. A big old snapper. Yeah, and had I had the sun out behind the clouds, I might have been able to see what it was for a split second anyway. While I had it right here in this weed bed, I just could not move it to get it over to this open space right here. That was crazy. That was fun. Because the way it was fighting didn't seem like it was like hooked in the mouth, whatever it was. So it might have been a huge catfish. It could have been a huge carp even too. But it was massive, whatever it was. All right, we're going to switch over to, I think, the spinnerbait now. So going back to that hookup, I probably played that wrong. I probably should have just let it chill, let it tire out before I started to try to work it out of those weeds. There's definitely user error in that as well. Since this is the bladed bait challenge, you can only use baits that have blades on it. This is the Defense Bait and Tackle Flashy Swim Bait Hook. So it's just a weighted screw lock swim bait hook with an underspin. And for simplicity's sakes, I just threw a Zoom fluke on here. Again, like I said, trying to use bladed baits and get creative with it at the same time. So I'm going to work this kind of like your normal Zoom fluke. Being that it's weighted, it's going to sink faster, obviously. So I'm trying to work it a little bit quicker, but it's also going to have that flash of the underspin. So who knows? We are going to keep moving. We're just moving along to our next spot here. So the water is definitely a lot lower on the riverside than it was a couple weeks ago. So like I did at the other spot, we're going to start with our chatterbait. Ooh, I had a little chaser. Maybe about a little 8 or 9 inch guy. All right. And he chased it right up to the bank. Actually, small one's still sitting there. And try to move my shadow so they're not scared by it. Where's the bigger ones at? Come on. Let's see if we have any takers on this. I am seeing all kind of small fish activity down there. Oh no. How about that? We got her back. All right. Next stop on our journey. Such a beautiful day out here. We're in mid 60s and sunny. Tomorrow's supposed to be near 70 and sunny. We have a lot of activity going on right here. I have a good feeling about this spot. Oh, there's a turtle. That's what's making all that movement right over there. Man, I had some hopes for this spot that we'd get something, at least a bite or something, but nothing here. We'll stop back. We're going to work to this very south edge of the lake and then kind of work our way back up this way as the evening progresses here. All right, we're going to go on top of our little perch here and see what we can see. Ooh, okay. I see a bass swimming around there. There's a handful of them right down there. We might look out here. We might be able to get one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast out this way with the chatterbait. Just nice and easy. We're going to bring it along. There is a huge bluegill right there. Oh, and there's a bass there too. They're on it. There's two of them. Oh, there's a bigger bass that just came in. Just got to figure out what they want. It's always the trick, right? I don't know what that was, but you can see the ripples over there. Let's go try to throw the spinnerbait up here. Oh, there's some huge bass there. Yeah, those were some those are some big bass that were just cruising along there. And there's something that keeps blowing up over here too. Let's throw the spinnerbait this way. Let's try our underspin here. There's a big old bass down there. Didn't want the underspin. He's still hanging out there. Let's try to chatterbait real quick. He's still hanging out down there, it looks like. You know, I actually don't see him anymore now. Just about fell down the bankman here. Okay, so I had a little bass come from over to my left here and came out to see what the chatterbait was. By that time I almost had it back to me, so. I'm gonna try to make my way down here without falling and busting my, you know what. Look at these big bluegill. It's just crazy how many big bass I have seen. And there's more splashes to my left over there. What is that? Is that a carp? Big old catfish? There's something massive down there. It is, it's right swimming right over in that like kind of shaded spot. I think that's what's been making all the noise. Looks like a big catfish or a big carp. Hey, look. Nothing yet. They are swimming all over the place though. Really? Oh yeah. Just, they don't want anything right now. That's what I'm hoping, that that bell starts ringing and here they come. But yeah, thanks. You guys too. Okay, time for a water break. Spinnerbait looks really good coming through the water, at least.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
You know, I haven't seen anything in a while now. Well, here comes a bass swimming right along that pipe. Let's see if I can tempt him with my spinnerbait here. Did you see that? There it is again. See it swimming down there? It might be a carp. But hey, we might not be catching fish, but we're seeing a whole heck of a lot of them. I just swam it right by him and just nothing. Didn't even flinch. Hard to figure out what they want right now. Okay, now we're starting to see some fish come back. Oh, there's a big bass. I'm going to swim my swimmerbait right by. Didn't even react to it. That's such a shame. It's so cool being able to see what's going on up here. Then also the disappointment of, man, they didn't even like react to it. That thing whipped out there.
What have you been using?
I've tried everything. I've got chatterbaits, spinner baits. I got jigs, all different colors. I've tried everything and just nothing tonight.
Saw a guy on a kayak like an hour ago. He said he got a couple.
Okay.
But I didn't ask him.
Yeah. Interesting.
I wish you luck again.
Yeah, you too, guys. When you feel that blade stop vibrating, you set the hook. But we definitely learned our lesson in the past about that too. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. Hook sets are free. Don't be shy about them. All right, we're gonna a couple more throws here. Then we're gonna work our way back up to the north side of the lake. Now that the sun is going down, it's getting harder to see even with the glasses. A good pair of polarized glasses makes all the difference out there, folks. And they're not that expensive either. $20, $30 pair of good polarized glasses makes a world of difference. Myself, I have a few different pair of the Casking polarized glasses. They are just phenomenal. It's so nice to hear birds chirping again. The green of the earth starting to sprout. Those that are in northern states can definitely sympathize with just how rough we have it for a good 4 or 5 months out of the year. A few months where it's, you don't got to deal with cold and snow and ice, frost. Yes, this is the spot that I had thought we'd have pretty decent chance of getting something, but I think those guys that I was talking to earlier, I can hear them off in the distance. The guy's like, I can hear him say, "I'm in a terrible position right now." And the other one says, "What's wrong?" He says, "I have a fish hooked and I'm in the tree, but I'm over the tree limb." I can't see where they're at down there. That's just funny though. Hopefully he gets it, but I don't think that's too promising to be over a tree limb and have a fish hooked up and the fish dangling in the air. I've been there, done that. All right, we'll switch this up. We're going to try the underspin a couple times. And we're going to keep moseying on up. All right, nothing doing. Keep moving. All right, we are back to this spot here. This is where we were hooked up to something earlier. We'll give it a go again here. We're hooked up to something. All right. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Nice, healthy largemouth. I don't know if he's going to help. He just will not close his mouth. All right. It's our last look at him. We're going to get him back. Here he goes. Thanks for biting, buddy. He came in about 14 inches. He just would not close his mouth. Had his mouth been closed, he would have been right about that 14-inch mark. Not an upgrade for us, unfortunately, for our tournament. But hey, no skunk tonight. I missed it. That was a bite. Okay, maybe now they finally started to wake up. But it seemed like that's where that one was. He was a little bit deeper than what I have been going. I let the chatterbait fall a little bit longer. Usually I'm anywhere between like 3 to 5 seconds. But I like to let it fall. That time I think I waited about 7 seconds. One more cast here and then we're gonna keep moving up. Ah, cool. We got one pulled out of there. Probably see we have the sunset on the horizon over there. Looks awesome. All glory and thanks to the Lord, for we are so blessed, but we do not deserve it. All right, back to where we started. See if there's anything out here now. That group of trees right about there That is actually like an island that's usually exposed that you can actually, if you had a kayak, go out and walk around on. But with the water being as high as it is, that is definitely not the case right now. Got some grass on it. I clean off. Now, I might do just a couple more casts here because as I leave this area, when I go down the road to exit out of this little park area, there's actually another little lake to the side of this one. I might give that a couple casts for a minute too. Okay. We're going to go stop at that little tiny lake. Good. Microphone's still working. I neglected to check that this entire time to make sure the battery it didn't lose power. So good. All right. I'm going to throw the gear in the car real quick. Short little drive up to that small little lake, and I will see you there. All right. We have made it to that little lake behind me. Let's go see if it's got anything for us. There's usually a lot more room than this here. As you can see, there's not a lot of bank right now, which is to be expected. I only brought along a couple of my rods with me. I just brought the chatterbait and I brought the Ned rig. We'll start with the chatterbait first. Overran that a lot. Yeah, this is a nice little lake. I'm actually not sure how deep this is. I've fished it a few times before, and it seems like it's at least 8 to 12 in some spots. So here I've had the most luck with just a wacky rigged worm. All right, we're gonna do one more cast with the chatterbait. All right, we're gonna put the chatterbait up, and just for fun, we're gonna throw the Ned rig around, see if we can get ourselves a bite to end the night. All right, little Ned rig, go down there and do your work. No, so we're definitely losing our daylight here. Look how awesome that is, though. All right, so with that, I think that's going to end the video for today. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight. I'm going to head on out of here. I'm going to go get some dinner, go relax, and I'm going to hit it again tomorrow morning, actually. Thank everyone for watching tonight. We had some success. We had that one hookup that snapped off, and then we caught the one bass. So no skunk tonight. Just did not want anything that we threw to him. So it's the name of the game. But again, I appreciate everyone watching. Make sure you check out my last video here. Make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. And as always, take care, God bless, and we will see you in the next video.